What's up everybody? Tim Brady here. On this module of NED training, we are going to talk about comfort zone. And to help us out today, we're going to go down to the Maryland region and I'm going to ask our good friend Bill Whitcomb a few questions. So Bill, what is comfort zone?
Well, comfort zone is a radiant heat barrier for attics that's featuring Solar Snap, a product that we use that actually goes in between the rafters in the attic. It blocks out 97 or up to 97% of the radiant heat that normally heats up an attic. And those of you that have been in the business for a while and been in attics, you know how it feels in an attic, and especially in the summertime. That radiant heat barrier, what it does is the sun beats down on the roof of the house, it radiates that heat away from the attic space, which then controls that temperature better inside the attic.
So Bill, what does comfort zone have to do with pest control?
Good question. Comfort zone, what it does, it helps keep the climate or the conditions in the attic at a steady area where the temperatures are maintained, keeps the moisture from building up, which as we know prevents fungus, wood rot, things like that. It also makes it a little less conducive for pest activity, and when you combine it with Orchintherm or TAP, it does a real good job of keeping that environment pest free and also fungus and wood destroying organism free.
Oh, okay, I get it. So basically, by blocking out 97% of the radiant heat, it blocks out the moisture and humidity in an attic and it prevents fungus, so it makes it less conducive for pests. That makes sense to me. So, can you describe the product?
What Solar Snap is, a radiant heat barrier, it's a foil product made out of the same materials that like they use for steel workers and mills that are close to the pits and things like that. It's a material that goes in the rafters, between the rafters, and it has a batten in it. Well, there's 16 and 24 inch Solar Snap that actually has a batten that snaps into place between the rafters. Like I said, it comes in 16 and 24 inch with battens. It also comes in 24 inch and 48 inch without battens. The reason we would get it for 24 and 48 inches without battens could be like for the gables and the side of the house, the side of the structure. Also, you may have older homes that aren't built where it's consistently 16 or 24 inch between the rafters, and you may need to staple up some material that could be 24 or 48 inches. And without the battens, you can actually cut the size. You can also run it in different ways depending on joists and supports in the attic that could stop you from doing the 24 or 16 inch with the battens between the rafters.
Well, that's good to know that it comes in different sizes because all attics are kind of shaped a little differently. But now here's the $1,000,000 question. What are the benefits to the homeowner?
But one of the biggest benefits is the savings they can see in reduced energy costs. It has been shown that it can actually reduce energy costs by up to 20% for the year, monthly actually, for their bill. Another benefit would be it makes the space in the attic something that a lot of people store things in their attic. It makes the temperature more consistent, so therefore you'd have less warping, less chance of things melting or getting damaged by the conditions in the attic. The other thing is it makes the energy, well, with the energy bill, it also helps the AC units or the heating units that are in the attic work more efficiently.
Okay, so this stuff is going to save our customer up to 20% on their energy bill. It's going to save them it's going to help keep their storage space and protect those items up in the attic. It's going to help with the longevity of their air conditioning unit and also make it less conducive for pests that lurk up in their attic. So does this stuff really work?
Yes, it does actually work. The material itself, and as we showed before, it goes into the attic and between the rafters, all right, and that's what radiates the heat away from the attic space. And in this demonstration box, you can see that the light would represent the sun. Here's the Solar Snap, the radiant heat barrier. This would be the actual inside of the attic. So as you can see, where the sun is hitting or where the heat is hitting the radiant heat barrier, it's 129.7 degrees. But in the space that represents what the attic would be, it's only a little over 80, almost 81 degrees. That's over a 40-degree difference. And that makes a huge difference when you're up there storing materials and also for the units and the heating and AC units working.
As you can see in a more close-up view of the display box, the temperature on the top is 142.5 and on the bottom it's only 86. So yeah, I guess this stuff definitely does work. Wow, that display box is really effective. Bill, where can you get one of those as a sales inspector?
Well, I would get with your branch manager and he can go ahead and get those through Marketplace on my work and through a company called Homewood Solutions.
And lastly, how do you price this stuff?
Comfort Zone is priced by the square footage of the attic. It's $2 a square foot. But then you have to take into consideration, it's not just the linear footage or the length times the width, you also have the pitch factor because the roof overhangs. You can find that pitch factor on your rate card in your iPad, and you take the $2 per square foot, multiply it times, or take the square footage, multiply it times the pitch factor, and then multiply that times $2.
Okay, well that makes sense that you would take the square footage and then you have to add on, make adjustment for the pitch, because the higher the pitch, the more of the product that you're actually going to use. So I guess the next thing that we need to do out here is to make sure that we get with our branch managers and our region sales managers to make sure that every one of us has a copy of the rate card and it can be downloaded right onto your Numbers app. So that concludes our net training for Comfort Zone. I'd like to thank Bill Whitcomb from the Maryland branch. And just remember, practice makes perfect, so keep studying up on this product. And as always, happy selling.